Hello friends at home. In this video, I will be going over this rough draft page with you. I am sitting here with our friends in our classroom. Everyone say hello.
Hi.
And yesterday, I started talking to you about the writing process. And remember, I told you that in writing, there is a process that you follow in order to get from the brainstorm where you're thinking of ideas all the way to publishing, which is, when an author publishes a book and it gets sold in the store. So in school, when we do the writing process, we always start with our brainstorm. And yesterday, we did brainstorming in our journals, and we wrote down all of the ideas we could think of that had to do with carving a pumpkin to make a jack-o'-lantern. After we jotted down all of our ideas in our journals, we took that brainstorm and we organized it here on our planning page. So step 1 was the brainstorm, step 2 was the planning page. Now each of you, whether you are here in the classroom or you are at home learning, each of you has a completed planning page. The next step in the writing process is to go from our planning page to our rough draft. To help make it easier for you to figure out where to put the sentences, I have numbered each of the steps on your planning page 1 through 5. And on the rough draft, I have put the numbers 1 through 5. That way, when you go to write your rough draft, all you have to do is copy the sentences. Number 1 goes next to number 1. The idea you put in number 2 goes next to number 2. The idea you put in number 3 goes next to number 3. Can anyone guess where the idea you put in number 4 goes?
Yeah.
Connor?
Number 4.
Not number 4. And I bet you can't guess, Landon, where idea number 5 goes. On the number 5. Does everyone see how there are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on this planning page?
Yeah.
And numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on this rough draft.
Yeah.
So I am going to model for you, since it's our first time doing a writing process, I'm going to model for you how this works. Sentence 1, rough draft page. The first thing I do is always the same. I take out my pencil and write down my name. So make sure you put your name at the top of your rough draft. If you don't have a name on it, I won't know whose it is, and I won't be able to give you credit for it. So what you will do, you will have your planning page. I'll hand it back to you today, or if you're at home, you have it with you. You will look at sentence 1. Sentence 1 says, carving a jack-o'-lantern is fun, cool, disgusting, exciting, and awesome. You're going to write sentence 1 next to number 1. Don't only write the words you added, write the whole sentence. So you're going to write, carving a jack-o'-lantern is fun, cool. You have to write the whole thing. So you will copy it. Carving a jack, and you can just look up at your page as you go. Jack-o'-lantern. And then whatever you wrote, I said fun, and when you run out of room, don't try to squeeze it in at the end here. You go down to the first part of the next line. You see how there's these little, the cloud and the flower? That's the beginning of the line. So you always, when you get to the end, come back to the cloud and the flower and start again. When you get to the end, come back and start again. So I have carving a jack-o'-lantern is fun. I have to put commas because I had lots of adjectives. But whatever you wrote, that's what you will put. So if you only said awesome, you only have to write awesome. If you said cool and disgusting, then you only have to write cool and disgusting. Whatever you put, that's what you'll copy. Because even though we're all writing about the same thing, we all had different ideas and different feelings about carving jack-o'-lanterns, right? And awesome. Okay. So I have my first sentence. I did not, whoops, you can't see that. I did not forget my end mark. I did not forget my spaces between my words. I did not forget my uppercase letter at the beginning. There's my first sentence. Carving a jack-o'-lantern is fun, cool, disgusting, exciting, and awesome. Guess what? I can put a little check mark next to 1 because I already put it on my page. Now I'm going to go on to step number 2. Do you see this word here? It says first. So I'm going to write that. Next to number 2, I'm going to write first. And guess what? When you do your rough draft, you'll write that too. First, comma, and then you put whatever you drew or wrote about. I said, cut top, take out seeds and guts. So first, cut the top off, comma, and I get to the end of the line. Where do I go? Back to the beginning. So first, cut the top off and take out the seeds and guts. And there's my period. All right, what do I do now? Who knows? I just finished step 2. What do I do, Camila? Go to number 3. So 2 is done. I can check it off. See this word here? Then. So what's the first word I'm going to write next to 3? Then. Copying it right off the paper. Then I said cut out a face. So then cut out a face. And I have to put my period at the end, right? Okay, I finished step 3. What comes next?
4.
Ava June?
4.
Step 4. See right here? What does it say next to step 4? Last. So on my paper next to step 4, I'll write last. And what did I say you do last? Put a candle inside. So last, put a candle inside. Now, I'm done with step 4. Last step is step 5. Now, when I go to copy step 5, I'm not just going to write fun and cool, right? I said fun and cool. I have to write the whole sentence. It is fun and cool to carve a jack-o'-lantern. So you will write that whole sentence on your paper, okay? Not just fun and cool, but you'll write the whole sentence. So capital letter. It is, now I said fun and cool. You're going to put whatever you said. Fun and cool, but you don't stop there, to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Now watch. Jack-o'-lantern. Okay, so I'm done with step 5. Now let's take a look at my whole paper now. And look at this beautiful paper that I have for my rough draft. Ready? Carving a jack-o'-lantern is fun, cool, disgusting, exciting, and awesome. First, cut the top off and take out the seeds and guts. Then, cut out a face. Last, put a candle inside. It is fun and cool to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Do you see how nice it came together? It's a beautiful writing piece now. It's a rough draft. It needs some better handwriting, and I need to take out some of the spaces between lines and things like that. But this is a beautiful first draft, isn't it? So, in just a moment, I'm going to hand you back your planning page. I'm going to hand you a rough draft page, and friends at home, you've already got both. And you are going to do exactly what I just did. Copy step 1 next to step 1. Copy step 2 next to step 2. Copy step 3 next to step 3. 4 next to 4. 5 next to 5. And when you're finished, you will bring me both your planning page and your rough draft. Okay, and friends at home, you'll send me a picture, right? Anyone have any questions before I pass these out and get us going? Brooklyn? Okay, that's not a question about this, though. It has to be a question about this. Victoria? Okay, well, I'm taking questions right now. Landon? I don't think we have any questions, so I'm going to let you friends at home go. Have fun working on this, and I can't wait to read your rough drafts later today. Bye, friends.